All right, buckle up, because today we're going to really unpack the remarkable financial story of Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
This isn't just about his blockbuster acting roles.
Yeah.
It's a deep dive into how he transformed himself. From Hollywood superstar into this almost unparalleled business titan,
Right.
meticulously building a fortune. Let's unpack the strategic genius behind it.
What's truly astonishing here, I think, isn't just the sheer scale of his wealth, estimated around $600 million as of mid-2025.
Wow.
It's that this isn't simply the result of, massive paychecks one after another. It's a meticulously engineered financial empire.
Yeah.
It really speaks to a shrewd blend of strategies that makes him pretty unique in Hollywood.
That's fascinating, because when we think of A-list actors, we often imagine these huge upfront salaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're suggesting his real financial power. It lies somewhere else. Could you break down what these back-end profits actually are and why they were such a radical move for him?
Absolutely. And it wasn't just about getting a bigger paycheck. It was a fundamental shift. You see, unlike many actors who primarily rely on that upfront salary.
Yeah, the standard deal.
Exactly. Cruise essentially bet on himself. He used his, let's face it, unparalleled box office draw to demand a slice of the entire pie.
The whole thing.
Pretty much. This means he gets a significant percentage of a film's gross revenue, that's the total money coming in, before expenses, which is a huge distinction.
Right.
Plus, he gets a share of streaming profits now, too. This basically turned him from an employee into a profit-sharing partner.
Which was unusual.
Virtually unheard of for actors at that time, certainly at that scale. It really set a new precedent for star power in Hollywood. It was risky, sure, but definitely a visionary move.
And it paid off. I mean, in staggering ways. We're talking an upfront salary maybe in the $12 to $25 million range per film.
Which is still huge money, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
But his total earnings could just skyrocket.
Yeah.
Take Top Gun. Maverick reports suggest he earned an estimated $100 million from that one film.
It's just incredible.
All because of that profit-sharing deal. And for the Mission Impossible series. He's consistently pulling in, $70 million to $100 million per installment. Again, thanks to those back-end profits.
Yeah.
Just think about that for a second.
Yeah.
$100 million from a single movie. It's almost unprecedented.
It really is. And that strategy, it gets amplified by his almost, unparalleled consistency at the box office. His films have collectively grossed billions worldwide, from early hits like Rain Man, Jerry Maguire,
Classic.
to global blockbusters like War of the Worlds, and of course every single Mission Impossible film. That consistent success directly feeds those massive back-end earnings. It shows a really profound understanding of the industry's economics.
Okay, so those back-end deals were clearly a financial game changer. But here's where it gets really interesting for me. What sets Cruise apart is that his strategic thinking didn't stop there. He's also a seriously savvy businessman, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. This is where his true entrepreneurial spirit really shines. Back in 1993, he co-founded Cruise Wagner Productions.
Right, I remember that.
And that move proved instrumental. It helped bring many of his biggest hits, especially the Mission Impossible franchise, to the screen.
So it gave him more control.
Exactly. Co-founding the production company gave him not only greater creative control, which is huge for someone like him, but crucially, a much larger share of the overall profits, from development right through distribution. It's a level of control very few actors ever achieve.
And his business smarts go even further, don't they? Beyond the movies, he's leveraged his global fame into strategic brand endorsements.
Yeah, big ones.
Apparently netting him around $100 million over his career, from luxury brands, sports brands.
And then you have his other diversified investments. Things like a reported 30% stake in a recording studio.
Interesting.
And even some private ventures linked to Scientology. Though, as with many high-level private investments, the details there are pretty confidential.
Naturally. And we can't forget the real estate, right?
Definitely not. His robust real estate portfolio is another significant piece of the puzzle. It seems to be an actively managed component of his wealth.
Yeah. These aren't just places to live. They look like strategic investments.
Precisely.
He's made some pretty big moves there over the years. For instance, didn't he sell that massive Colorado mansion? The 10,000 square foot one?
He did, for reported $40 million back in 2021.
$40 million. And then there was that estate near London, 14 acres, sold for around $7.3 million.
Right. These are high-value properties, bought and sold, it seems, at opportune times.
Yeah.
It just shows another layer to his diversified wealth management.
And his main base now, reportedly, is Beverly Hills. Not exactly a surprise there.
Not really, no.
So what does this all mean? Tom Cruise's immense net worth. It's clearly a reflection of his enduring star power, yes, absolutely. But just as much, it's a profound testament to his sharp business acumen.
Couldn't agree more.
We've seen how smart negotiations, strategic ventures, like his own production company, and these diversified income streams, way beyond acting, have basically transformed him. He's not just a highly paid actor, he's a highly successful entrepreneur.
And this raises an important question, I think, for you, the listener. How much of his staggering success is down to pure talent versus incredibly strategic wealth building?
Good question.
And maybe more importantly, what lessons, if any, can you maybe apply to your own personal financial strategy, whether that's understanding the true value you bring, or perhaps diversifying your own income, or even just, negotiating for a slightly bigger slice of the pie. It's definitely something to think about.